Well, that stunk. That really stunk. Late night game. Nola on the bump, dominating once again, and it's the same old tale. Nola just doesn't get run support whatsoever. Phillies get shut out in the second game in San Diego by a score of 1-0. Stabbed yourself in the foot a couple of times with a lot of chances with runners in scoring position. You had a chance in the top of the ninth inning, 2 outs, bases loaded. Kyle Schwarber up the dish, just barely misses it going art. Basically goes to the warning track at least. Dies right there. Failed to tie the ball game up. You have chances throughout the ball game. Bryce Harper had a couple of chances. Basically, your heart of the order, your top guys had a lot of chances throughout this game to drive in some runs, and you didn't do it. You just simply didn't get the job done tonight. You didn't. Sequences in this game where you're just going down in order, where you're striking out so many times. Get 4 Phillies out there on the bump. Luis Garcia just, throwing pitches that are hittable and not hitting them. Umpire late in the game being terrible. And just overall, the defense honestly was still good. Even though you did record an error in this game, I don't think it factored in anything. But you played good. Actually, your defense played good. Nola was fantastic. Surprisingly, Alvarado came out on the bump in the 8th inning and struck out the side. So basically, everything besides the offense was good today. So right now, it seems like this Phillies team is in an offensive funk over this past, stretch of games. Even, you can say that going back to the Washington series. Just struggling to hit with runners in scoring position. You go back to basically that first game against Washington on that Thursday night when they had a bunch of, that 2-out rally against Patrick Corbin when he was struggling. They were getting a bunch of, RBI hits, bunch of hit with runners in scoring position and everything like that. But ever since then, it really just hasn't gone that way. You had so many opportunities this week, specifically going back to that Washington series with the bases loaded, and you're not getting those hits with the bases loaded. We've seen that a couple of times this year with this team where they go through the offensive funks and they go for these stretches where they really struggle to hit with runners in scoring position. And yeah, that's going to happen over a case of a 262 game season. You win 60 games, you lose 60 games. It matters what you do with the last so many others. That's what's got to happen. What do you do with the last 40 games of the season? Or 42, actually. But this game, your offense just didn't get the job done when it had, many, many, many chances. And Nola definitely deserved better in this game. That is for sure, because he was amazing. He made one mistake. And of course, that was to his brother. That's definitely going to be brought up at, the family dinners, for this holiday upcoming season. Hey, Aaron, remember I got that game-winning hit off of you? Remember that, huh? Definitely going to feel a little sour after that. I'm sure Aaron is, but still. Shouldn't really do it because he was absolutely fantastic in this game. But before we get into the rest of that, everyone, what is going on? Welcome back to TTP Sports, a late edition of TTP Sports. If you are new to the channel, I definitely recommend you hitting that subscribe button. If you're looking for all the latest Philadelphia sports news, recaps, and events, it's a great place to be at, depending on the outcome. Great or miserable, depending on the outcome. If you're a current viewer of the channel, I am grateful for you being here that long and looking to continue that down the road. And if you're looking for tickets to upcoming sporting events, concerts, whatever you can think of, Phillies games, whatever, use the code TTP Sports down below for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. $20 evades the fees. Use it for anything you think of. It's free money in your pocket. Great deal. Don't pass that up. Code TTP Sports, $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek today. So, Phillies get shut out in this second game against the San Diego Padres of this 4-game set by a score of 1-0. Really, overall, like I said in basically the opening monologue, yeah, didn't hit with runners in scoring position. That's really the entire plunder of this game. Yeah, the Padres had a couple of chances throughout this game. They struggled hitting with runners in scoring position, but they got the one hit that mattered. They did. And I got to sneeze. I can feel it coming on. It's eventually going to happen. I felt that one coming on. That is the that's the downside of doing live videos. But still, I digress off of that point. Looking at the Phillies, you're 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position, and you left 10 runners stranded on base. Kyle Schwarber had 2 chances. Bryce Harper had 2 chances. Castellanos had a chance with runners in scoring position. A lot of your three of your big guys there having a lot of chances, and none of them got hits at all. None of them did. None of them did. Looking at Aaron Nola today, though, 7 innings, 7 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 2 walks on 10 strikeouts with 98 pitches, and the ERA drops below 3. It is at 2.98. So Aaron Nola just continues to have a fantastic season. But it's the same, thing that goes over the course of Aaron Nola's entire career over the past couple of seasons. He doesn't get run support. He does not get run support at all. There are very few games over the course of the season where Aaron Nola gets run support. And it's rare. It's really rare when Aaron Nola gets run support. And it feels like you have to go out there and be perfect every single game. And honestly, it feels like he is perfect every single game because 1 run allowed, it's enough to win you a ball game. That's plenty enough to help your offense win the ball game. Simply just didn't get the job done. And that's very disappointing. It is very disappointing because you're, one of your better pitchers in the rotation went out there, throw you a really good game, and you didn't come up for him. It's going to be very deflating. It really does. And now you got 2 more games left to find a way. Because I said at the start of the series, I was just looking for a split. I wasn't expecting to win this series. I wasn't expecting to sweep this series against the San Diego Padres. You got to find a way to split it. You got to find a way to win one of these last 2 games. Zack Eflin's going to be on the bump tomorrow. That's going to be a major, major question mark, depending on how long he can go with that knee issue. That really concerns me. And then you get Kyle Gibson on the mound Sunday. Got to find a way to win one of these 2 games. Your offense really needs to step up. And it can't just be in 1 inning like it was yesterday when you hit, 2 home runs in that 1 inning. And Castellanos really needs to get it going. I do believe his bat will eventually wake up, but right now it's just, you got to do something with that because you cannot be batting Nick Castellanos and JT Realmuto behind each other. I know JT had the home run yesterday, but that's like one good thing in like so many other bad things that he's had at the plate. He was good behind the plate today, though. Threw a couple of runners out, threw a guy out at second base, picked a guy out at first base. So the defensive side, JT's still JT on that perspective. But right now, offensively, he's not getting the job done. Nor is Castellanos, due to swinging at pitches that are like 20 feet outside the strike zone. Seriously, I could throw a pitch, like if you're looking at the screen right here, you could throw a pitch where this finger is, and Nick Castellanos would swing at it. It's basically what he is right now. That's the funk that he's in. I believe he can find a way to get out of it, but got to find a way. And is switching the lineup up a little bit, get Nick Castellanos out of that cleanup spot. Got to find a way to get him out of that. Jeez. Jesus. My goodness. He needs to find a way to get out of it, though. Bryce Harper kind of looks like he's going through a little bit of a slump right now, but I'm not, Bryce did have a couple of chances with runners in scoring position, so there were faults of him today. But Bryce Harper's still hitting 320 on the year, still slugging over 602. He's in a little bit of a funk. He was due to go into a funk, I guess, but maybe the wrong time. But Bryce Harper, I'm very confident he'll get himself out of this little slump that he's in. Kyle Schwarber hit the home run yesterday. Kind of wished he would come up clutch with that bases loaded opportunity in the top of the ninth. Almost did, though. Almost did, but still. Just way too many opportunities to pass up. And you just didn't cash in. You just did not cash in whatsoever. So basically, if you're going throughout this game, the first couple of innings, all 1, 2, 3 innings. Bottom of the second inning for the Padres. They got a couple of guys on, but Aaron Nola managed to get out of that. Go to the top of the third. This is where the Phillies, find a way to threat a little bit, but nothing comes in. Matt Vierling leads off with a single. Then Johan Camargo gets a walk, so you got a first and second situation. Bryson Stott lines out the center field. He actually hit the ball hard, but nothing happened. But Vierling managed to get the third base. Then Kyle Schwarber popped up on 2 pitches, so that's not helpful. And then Rhys Hoskins walked, so then you get bases loaded for Bryce Harper, and he flies out on a pitch that he probably could have drove, and he just missed it. So that's one of those other situations right there. Padres tried to get something going there in the bottom of the third. Nothing happens for them. Aaron Nola gets out of that situation. Top of the fourth for the Phillies. Alec Bohm and Matt Vierling get on with 2 outs. Johan Camargo grounds into an infielder's choice, so that's a runner's in scoring position opportunity failed there with 2 outs. Phillies have some runners on in the top of the fifth. Kyle Schwarber walks. Rhys Hoskins singles. Bryce Harper strikes out. And then Nick Castellanos flies out on the first pitch. Actually, I thought he got good wood on this. I guess he got the end of the bat. I guess that's just what happened. So, Nothing happens there. Bottom of the fifth for the Padres. Aaron Nola gets out of that situation. That's where JT throws the runner out at second base. Honestly, it was a great thing that he got the runner out at second base because Profar, the very next pitch, I believe he doubled. So if that double would have happened, it would have been the first run of the ball game. It probably would have been a 2-0 lead for the Padres if you eventually look at it. But that double doesn't come to threat because he eventually got Cronenworth to fly out. Phillies go down very easily in the top of the sixth. The Phillies actually got to Mackenzie Gore in this ball game. They got his pitch count up there. They were threading. So honestly, I was thinking to myself, okay, you missed out on the opportunities against their starting pitcher. Get to the Padres bullpen if you continue to find a way to do this. Maybe you'll eventually find a way to drive some runs home. They did get to the bullpen very early in this ball game. Padres brought it out in the top of the sixth inning, but nothing happens. They go down 1-2-3. Then you go bottom of the sixth inning. Eric Hosmer, 1 out. He doubles, so you get a runner in scoring position. Aaron Nola, probably his only mistake pitch of the entire ball game because he got into an 0-2 count against his brother, but then he left the fastball probably not in the best location. Austin sent it to right field. RBI single, scores Hosmer, becomes the only run of the ball game. Nola manages to get out of that inning from there, but then really basically you go to the top of the seventh. Phillies go down 1-2-3. Bottom seven for the Padres. They go down 1-2-3. Top eight for the Phillies. You got Garcia, former Philly Luis Garcia, out on the mound. Strikes out the side. And this is an inning where, the umpire was kind of bad. Rhys Hoskins got one of the strike calls. That was a, yay inside, which he did not like. Very yay inside. It was a very, 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 very not a strike. Wasn't a strike at all. But he called it. Called it a strike. And then during the Bryce Harper at bat, basically the first pitch in the same exact location as the Rhys Hoskins one, called that a strike. It wasn't a strike. And then, Bryce Harper basically just looking at, trying to, frustration out on the umpire. And you could definitely tell he was very frustrated during that entire at bat. He did manage to battle from an 0-2 count, make it 2-2, but he eventually struck out on a slider down low. And then Nick Castellanos, like I said, throw him anything outside off the plate he's going to swing at, and that's exactly what happened. Bottom of the eighth, Jose Alvarado comes out on the mound. Surprisingly, he strikes out the side. I was like, okay, 1-0 ball game. Jose Alvarado comes in. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Here comes the rally from the Padres. Surprisingly not. Strikes out the side. Throwing some 100-mile-an-hour sinkers there. So, hey, stuff looked pretty good from Alvarado today. But is he ever going to figure it out? No. This is just a rare, clean outing out of Jose Alvarado. And granted, yes, his past couple of outings have been clean. It's not going to hold up, though, because it's Jose Alvarado. The day Jose Alvarado becomes a good pitcher for the Phillies is the day the Flyers win the Stanley Cup. That took me a long way away. Long way. Long way. Didn't mean to roast the Flyers there. It's kind of the truth. Needed to find some type of analogy. Then you go top 9. Alec Bohm, 1-out single. Matt Vierling, singles as well. First and second for Johan Camargo. He battled in this at bat. It was a 9-pitch at bat. There were a lot of pitches by Taylor Rogers that were left over the middle of the plates, and Camargo just timed it up a little bit early. If you just timed it up a little bit later, you're probably finding yourself maybe with an RBI single, maybe with an RBI double, get second and third out there for the next batter. He lines out, though. Got the end of the bat on it. It was a pitch right over the middle of the plate, but he got the end of the bat on it, and he lined out the left field, so 2 outs there. Munoz comes out, the pinch hit for Bryson Stott. He walks on 5 pitches. And there was also a strike called during this at bat. That wasn't a strike. It was called. It wasn't a ball. It was called a strike, but it wasn't a strike. If you know what I mean. But still, he eventually walks. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. And then Kyle Schwarber comes up. Maybe another questionable strike call during this at bat. But then the very next pitch, it was a slider that hung just a little bit, and Kyle Schwarber just got under it, and it died in center field, like right near the warning track. Just missed it. Damn. Kind of wish that traveled a little bit further. Kind of wish that wasn't, wasn't 1 out. Kind of wish it wasn't 1 out. Or kind of wish it wasn't 2 outs. Because if it was a 1 out situation, would have been a sac fly. Would have been a tied ball game. That sucks. It really sucks. With how Aaron Nola pitched that good. And he gets the loss. The loss that he does not deserve. And it's just another game where he does not get run support. It really sucks. Now you fall back to 2 games above 500. You're 37-35. Phillies right now, they're in an offensive rut. They're not getting the timely hits. After, we saw a whole stretch where they were getting timely hits. They were hitting with runners in score position. They're going to go through these ruts throughout the entire season. It doesn't make it any less frustrating, but that's what 162 games are. You go through your ups, you go through your downs. You have a lot of fun times, you have a lot of frustrating times. Got to find a way to even it out, though. Got to find a way to even it out. Right now, their offense is a little bit of a bad rut. I think they'll eventually find their way out of it like they've done previously. I think they will eventually. Bryce Harper will get himself out of this tiny little slump. Still June for Kyle Schwarber. He's still got to find a way to mash. Rhys Hoskins is in a little bit of a funk, though. I do think it is maybe time for just a little bit of a shakeup for the lineup. Just a little bit of a shakeup. Just find a way to break up Castellanos and JT. Just because a lot of those two, they do get a lot of chances of runners in scoring position, even though only one of them got a chance. It still kind of just feels like when those two have chances with runners in scoring position, it just kind of feels like it's 2 easy outs, and it brings the momentum down. Maybe separate them a little bit. Maybe put Rhys in the cleanup spot. Maybe bring up Bohm to the second hole. Maybe Castellanos down lower in the lineup. Maybe JT lower in the lineup. Maybe bring DD up too. Maybe Bryson. There's some options. There's definitely some options there. Looking at the lineup today, Kyle Schwarber, quiet night, goes 0-4 with a walk and 2 strikeouts. Rhys Hoskins, 1-for-3 with a walk. Bryce Harper, not the best day at the plate. He goes 0-for-4 with 2 strikeouts. Nick Castellanos, 0-for-4 with a strikeout. Not a good day at the plate for JT. 0-for-4 with 3 strikeouts. Average drops to 236. Alec Bohm, 2-for-4. Matt Vierling, 2-for-3. So those were your best hitters in the lineup today. Because in this game, you only had 5 hits, and Matt Vierling and Alec Bohm had 4 of them. So, not good enough. That is not good enough. Johan Camargo goes 0-for-3 with a walk. Bryson Stott goes 0-for-3, and then Munoz in his lone pinch hit at bat he got a walk. 0-for-8 runners in scoring position. I'll bring that up again. And 10 runners left on base. Your lone error was the throwing error by Aaron Nola trying to pick off a runner at first base, but at the end of the day, that didn't come back to threat you. So there's that. But it's a sucky feeling losing that game. It really is. Just for the way Aaron Nola pitched. Like, you can't give enough credit to Aaron Nola. Overpowering guys. And it's funny, too. It feels like Aaron Nola overpowers some people when he doesn't have overpowering stuff. I guess that's just what happens when you have, like, electric off-speed pitches like your curveball when it's on. When you have these other off-speed pitches, when you're working both fastballs and everything like that, you find ways. And Aaron Nola was really good tonight. Deserved a much better result. Deserved a way better result tonight. Got to hand it to the Padres pitching, though. But our offense did have a lot of chances, and they didn't cash in. Now you look at the rest of the series, 2 more games. Zack Eflin going on the mound tomorrow against Blake Snell. That'll be another night game. And for some reason, tomorrow's game is later. I have no idea why. When these 2 past games were like at, 9:40? Tomorrow's is at 10:10. Why is the Saturday game later than the Thursday and the Friday game? That's just a little crazy to me. That's just even more late baseball. Game that might go to in the morning tomorrow. Who knows? Then you got Sunday's game at 4:10. It's going to be Kyle Gibson going up against Yu Darvish. You got to find a way to win one of these 2 games. You just do. Because so far, you won 4 out of 5 in the series against the Nationals. You lost 2 to the Rangers. So right now, what are you, like 5-4 on this road trip so far? Lost 2 to the Rangers. You lost that 1 today. You won yesterday. So yeah, so far you're 5-4 on this road trip. Got to find a way to split the series. You got to find a way to split it. That's all I'm asking. I don't think you're going to win the series. Find a way to split it. Find a way. Because like I said, the schedule just doesn't get any easier from here for the next couple of weeks. Because after this series, you get a day off. And then you play the Atlanta Braves at home, the St. Louis Cardinals at home. Get a little bit of a break with the Nationals, but then you go on a 4-game road trip against the Cardinals again. Play Toronto, go to Miami, where you struggle enough. Struggle enough against Miami in general, but you struggle in Miami especially. So, yeah, the schedule's not going to get any easier from here until it eventually does get easier. So, it's going to be another tough stretch for this Phillies team to see what they're made of. Important stretch. Got to find a way to win another game in this series. Got to find a way, especially with their weekend lineup. Without Manny Machado, without Fernando Tatis, that Padres team, even though their pitching is good, their pitching is really good, they're a beatable team. Like Cobra says right here, he's a Padres fan. Yeah, good game for my Padres fan. Their offense is not good as well. They're a beatable team. Got to find a way for our offense to click in. Got to find a way. Gotta find a way. Mr. W says Nick Castellanos has to change something, man. Right now, he just looks bad. He looks completely lost at the plate. Like I said, I do believe he is going to find a way to turn it around. Can it happen now, please? Can it just happen now? You got to find a way to get him out of that cleanup spot, though. I don't think Rob Thompson's going to do it, but you got to find a way to separate him and JT. You just do. Dr. Drew says, Aaron Jacob DeGrom Nola, welcome to a Mets fans the last few years with a dominant pitcher with no help. We've kind of experienced that over the years with Aaron Nola. He never gets run support. I think we're just used to that by now. It's weird. It sucks, though. It sucks that when, Mets fans, I know, over the past so many years, when you have Jacob DeGrom always on the mound, the reason why his win-loss, even though the win-loss record isn't really an important stat anymore, it's not as the most, I guess, bona fide stat when you're looking at pitching. But when his win-loss record is always so even kilt to each other, it's because the Mets didn't score runs for him. So it's one of those things. It's a weird thing in baseball. I guess that's what defines it as baseball. This Phillies team is definitely some type of anomaly, though. Got to find a way, though. Got to find a way to win another game in this series. So, going to call it here, everyone. Definitely do not want to go later than need be because it is already 1:20 in the morning. This game ended right before 1 o'clock. So, I thought I might as well just get a late night stream in here to recap this game so I don't have to do it tomorrow morning. Definitely going to be questionable, though, for tomorrow's game since it's later, and it's probably going to end later than it did tonight. So that's going to be questionable. Not sure if I just want to save tomorrow's game for Sunday's recap. We'll see how it is. We'll play it by ear, though. But I appreciate everyone that joins in here this late at night, joins it in the live stream as always. I appreciate that. But if you tune into this late, tune into this tomorrow morning when it's not live and just up there for everyone to watch, do not forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. I'd like to see those as always. Do not forget to drop a like on the video. Do not forget to check out everything in the description below. I recommend it. BrodesMedia, flyered up, painted lines, everything like that. Don't forget to check that stuff out. I also recommend hitting the subscribe button and also using the code TTPSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase at SEATGEEK, everyone. And I will see you next time.